In this video we will see how to create a purchase order. The process of purchase order means the order that will be monitored for delivery, or processes to a dedicated corresponding GL account for product and supplier, inventory control if applicable. Orders can be cash or on payment terms, as the user decides the payment terms. So recap: purchased orders are processed to a dedicated supplier's account for control and processing to a specific GL account, which could be linked to stock or asset control, inventory reporting, and supplier management. Orders could be products programmed for resell, price in, price out. For an example, see product module for this. It could be assets or important orders that need individual processing to specific accounts. While you may process expenses like telephone cost or electricity cost directly through the expense module. In income and expenses, categories which are used for cash flow management and reporting have three main groups. Operations, all day-to-day. Investments, for pure investments, assets or other. Financials, for items on loan and so on. The system will put the processing automatically to each group. Two pages you need to select, one is income and other is expenses. On all other pages it is done automatically. On purchase order it is processed automatically by them. The Add Expense tab on the left menu, here you process all invoices once paid. If you have creditors on account, go through the purchase order. For example, you receive a telephone bill, normally it must be paid on receipt or in the month. So most of the users process it via expenses on receiving the invoice and paying it directly. Note, when you process this type of transaction it comes off your bank account directly as it has been paid. You need to select the bank account to do so. Here also it shows three main groups. Go to purchase order. For purchase order, go to purchase invoice and click new purchase order. This is where you can create your purchase order invoice. It should correspond with the supplier you are ordering from, and the goods on the purchase order could be directly related to the product items that you are selling, or other important products you are buying like assets or other that need dedicated processing. Even other tangible, even a service. So repeating, for specific purchase management, you go through the purchase order. Before you order you need to create a supplier. Here we can create suppliers. At the same time, if you are ordering a product for reselling, or if you are ordering a product for manufacturing process, or a service or asset, we need to create those products or services. Even if you order a service that you are going to resell, you need to create the product item service here first, and then you need to add your project, meaning you want to manage a certain project with inflows and outflows, income and expense, or just the one. For example, you can do project management. You can actually do specific project reporting for profit and loss for the project. Go to Settings, Project Setup. Here you can create a project. For example, property development, new offices for sale or rent. And you can put all your purchases or all your income to that project. So you can actually print up profit and loss for that project when you require to view its performance and cost. Name your projects specifically for that project, live product research or property development, and so on. Note, project management allows you to create a unique project and input all its cost and revenue if applicable to it, like a new product development and research. Back to the order. Once you have done your supplier, you created your products or services, and you have created your project, then you go choose the supplier. Choosing the project. Complete the purchase order with supplier, date, product detail, tax if any, save the line with blue tab, insert invoicing date and your delivering date as they may be different. The supplier is gonna invoice you today or after 10 days. Put here due date or payment date. Put here reference. You put the currency because you might have the multi-currency option. Select your currency. And here we got the product items. These are the product items created. Going to choose one. Put an amount and quantity and click the mark icon to validate. Add tax by % type if applicable. You leave 0, input other variables like discount if needed, then validate the line. It can be edited before validating the entire order. Can add other product items here. Now click the Process Purchase Order. View Purchase Orders. You can see here purchase orders. Also, when it is saved, you can upload your document with your purchase order. For example, you can upload your agreement. Go to the menu on the left under Settings. At the bottom it says Attached Document. Put here purchase order number. For example, write here order condition. And choose here your attached file. Back to View Purchase Order. We have an option to email it to the customer. Also have an option to view and edit it here. Then go to Payment. Select here supplier and bank account and valid on blue tick to bring account onto dashboard. Date of payment. If you want to pay a cash process order, but if you want to record that order, put an amount and select here cash. You can pay through credit card, cash, etc. So if you are making a cash payment and you want a record for that invoice to that supplier, you do a purchase order.